scheduling process for students in grades 9, 10, and 11. So I just need your undivided attention for a few minutes here as we walk through a little bit of the scheduling process. I just want to give you some big picture information, some things to think about as we're going through the scheduling process here. So when we're looking at the big picture here, students, what I want you to be sure to do is not only think about what classes you're wanting to take next year. If you're a junior student right now, obviously you're just going to be scheduling your classes for your senior year. But our sophomore students, be thinking about the next 2 years. And our freshman students, be thinking about the next 3 years. Really be thinking one more year ahead. Be thinking, what might that 5th year be? What might be what I'm going to do in grade 13, sometimes we call that. Whether that's in the college, whether that's in military, or whether that's a career that you're pursuing. So we want to make sure you're thinking long term. Don't just think short term. Think long term, and what are your goals and what do you need to take? What classes do you need to reach those goals? So plan out those remaining years. Use that 4-year plan and then plan for that. And if you change your mind, your career goals change, or you realize you don't want to do what you were thinking about, then change your plans, adjust. That's a common process, something that you may do over and over the course of your life. So also, just a quick reminder, our goal as a school is for all of our students to be college ready, to be career ready, or to be military ready, one of those three. And just remember that there's no other choice. It has to be one of those three. So you need to be choosing what that is today and planning for that. And even if there is a change to your plans, just like I said a moment ago, you can adjust your plans as well. So be thinking about that. So I would encourage you to look very hard at the career pathways that we offer here at Ryle High School. Look very hard at the college-ready classes that we have for you, some college prep classes and college credit classes that we offer here. I would encourage some of you to look at our early college programs and other dual credit programs. There's lots of great opportunities that we have in our school and here in our school district for you to take advantage of. And there's no one thing that's better than the other. It's going to depend on your decision on what you're wanting to do in grade 13 when you graduate from Ryle High School. So you want to be making plans based on your own best interests, your career goals, your passions of what you want to do. So one thing just to remember always, I remind all of our students in the scheduling process, the number one factor, the number one predictor of success later on in life is, quite honestly, not your test grades. It's not your class scores either, your GPA. What it is, it's the rigor level of the classes you take, how hard you push yourself and you challenge yourself, and how you have to work to rise to meet those challenges, change your schedule, sacrifice time to work and to get things accomplished for challenging classes. That's what prepares you the best for your future and for your life. Grades are important, make no mistake, but they are not the final predictor of you and what you're going to do later in life. Just as your ACT score is important. It's going to get you into college, it may qualify you for scholarships, but it's not the final predictor of anything in your life. It's just a little information on where are you at in your path to college and career readiness. So please challenge yourself, take classes that are appropriate for you, challenge yourself, but not so hard that you have a ridiculously difficult schedule and you're going to be miserable trying to work through that schedule. But be appropriate for yourself, wherever you're at, challenge yourself. I would also encourage you to be involved in school activities. The academic part is extremely important, but you also need to work on the other parts of yourself, your personal growth. So get involved in school activities, whether it's a sport that you play, whether it's the band you're a part of, or whether it's speech and debate, or whether it's part of another school club or school organization. We have many that you can choose from, but be involved in those school activities. Your experience here at school will be much richer, will be better. You'll meet and get to know people you may not otherwise. But it's also going to help you grow and develop and be a well-rounded person, and that's extremely important. And to be very clear and honest, that's what many selection committees look for, and many scholarship committees. They look for people that are well-rounded, not only a good student, but students that are involved in other things that also demonstrate leadership in other activities. So one thing also I just want to let you know today is we know it's very stressful when you're choosing your schedule, you're trying to figure out what you're wanting to do later on in life. It can be very challenging, very stressful, very difficult because you simply may not know what you want to do. And I just want to let you know that's okay if you don't know. But you do need to be making plans and choosing. So I think the best way to go about that is for you to today choose. What would it be? What is the career you want to get into right now? And choose something today, and then plan for that. Make your plans accordingly for that, and then adjust those plans if your career aspirations change. If you think, I really don't want to do that now that I've learned more about it, then go into something else. Look at another option. But you have to be planning ahead and working forward for that. So I do know those choices can be overwhelming. Do I want to take a dual credit class, or do I want to take an advanced placement class? They both have great advantages, but it's going to depend on your particular situation, what's going to be best for you. And so we want you to make good choices. Our teachers are there to advise you and give you good information on making those choices, but in the end it comes down to you and your conversations that you have with your parents, your teachers, your friends on what you think is going to be best for you. So think about that very clearly and very deeply, and then make the best choices for you. And just remember, in terms of our busy schedules, we talked about that you literally can do anything that you want. If you set your goals and your aspirations to that, you can do anything you want. You just can't do everything that you want. So life is full of tough choices. You may not be able to take all of the classes that you want to take. You may not be able to be involved in all of the activities that you want to do. Or if you have a rigorous schedule, you may not be able to be involved in everything you want. So life is full of hard choices, just as your scheduling process is part of that. So here in a few minutes, Mrs. Schaefer will come out here and she'll be talking about our scheduling process. There's a short video that will show as well. So teachers, please hold off on passing out any scheduling information until Mrs. Schaefer gives you that information. And that's all I have for you. So thank you very much. And here is Mrs. Schaefer from our guidance department, and she's going to be taking it from here. Thank you.
Okay, at this time, we're going to show a really short PowerPoint just to kind of help explain credits and everything to the students. Again, please do not pass out anything in your crates. I'm going to walk you through the whole process. And very importantly, the guidance office is closed at this time. We're all busy with wraps and setting this presentation up, so please do not send students to the guidance office at this time.
In this presentation, we will be discussing scheduling for the 2018 and 2019 school year.
When scheduling, it is important to understand the minimum graduation requirements. In order to graduate, students must obtain 22 credits. Of those 22 credits, 4 must be in English. Students must also have 4 credits in math, 3 credits in social studies, 3 credits in science, 1/2 credit in health, 1/2 credit in PE, a vocational and career credit, which we'll talk about on a future slide, a fine arts credit, also discussed on future slides, and then electives to round out the 22. Now let's take a look at the pre-college curriculum. As these requirements are not mandatory for graduation, they are strongly recommended for students who wish to attend college after high school. As you can see, they are the same requirements as the minimum graduation requirements, but adding chemistry or physics and 2 credits of the same foreign language, French, German, and Spanish being offered. When planning courses, it is also important to look at the type of courses offered. The first type is academic. These are general courses, and the maximum grade a student can earn is 100%.
For students who would like a greater challenge, we also have honors and advanced placement classes. With the change of our grading scale, it's important to note that honors classes are indexed by 1.02 each quarter, and advanced placement classes are indexed by 1.04. Let's look at the English flow chart. As you can see, students have a variety of choices in regard to the English classes they can take from honors to AP. It even outlines grades 9, 10, and 11, and 12.
take a look at math. As you can see, Algebra 1 is the building block to the whole math department. Geometry would follow Algebra 1, then Algebra 2, and then a host of electives based on student interest and recommendation of the student's current math teacher. In this particular situation, it is always important for the student to ask this current math teacher what course best suits them. As you can see, the senior math electives in the small print to the left are business math, college and career readiness math, algebra 3, probability and statistics, pre-calculus, trigonometry, statistics, AP calculus, and AP statistics. Now let's look at this science flow chart. As you can see, there's a grade by grade breakdown, and if you notice in 9th grade, the student would either be in Introduction to Chemistry and Physics or Biology, and then the courses flow accordingly. Also, take a note at the bottom. It says science credit includes one of the following in elective courses: Physics Honors, Anatomy and Physiology, Forensic Science, AP Biology, AP Chemistry, and AP Physics. Let's look at the social studies flow chart. As you can see in 9th grade, students are either enrolled in government and economics or AP human geography. And if you look at the chart itself, you can see that it flows back and forth between regular academic courses and advanced placement courses. It is best to advise the student to speak with the social studies teacher to see which course best fits the student. Also, take note of the print at the bottom of the page. So that way, students can make the best choice in regard to social studies. Now let's look at the visual and performing arts required credit. Students may satisfy this credit in either taking music appreciation, theater arts 1 or 2, the fundamentals of dance course, if a student is in choir or in band, 3rd year of a foreign language, AP European history, the humanities course itself, or visual arts. Now let's take a moment to look at the vocational or career and technical credit requirement. Students must complete at least one course from one of the following departments: agriculture science, business or information technology, family and consumer science, the Boone County Area Technology Center or vocational school, our biomedical science program, or in addition to this year would be our new engineering program. Now let's look at an option for 11th and 12th grade students at the Boone County Area Technology Center. It's important to understand that these are technical programs that are 2-year certificate programs, and there are limited spaces available. Students could pursue a career in diesel technology, electrical technology, health sciences, metal fabrication, welding technology, automotive tech, and machine tool. Let's discuss another option for junior and senior students. Dual credit is an opportunity that students have to take college credit and have it count toward high school credit. Students have a couple different options if they want to pursue this. The first is the early college program within the Boone County schools. In this program, students will take classes at the Gateway Community Technical College Mount Zion campus. Students also have the option of dual credit within the university itself. It is important to remember that students must meet the admission requirements for the colleges and universities in this program in order to be eligible to participate. All forms for this program are due in the guidance office by March 1st.
Here are some important dates. Students must have their elective course request entered into the portal by January 28th. We will hold a parent and advisor meeting on February 5th from 7:30 to 2:45. It is important for the student to see their RAP teacher to schedule a time to meet on that day.
This room looks so much.
Remember to see your RAP teacher for a conference time. It is also important to talk to your classroom teacher to see which class is best for you. Remember that February 1st, we will have Monday RAP to help work on scheduling requests. And on February 2nd, RAP teachers are to collect course requests.
Thank you, and make it a great day or not. That choice is always yours.
Okay, we're going to start with a few housekeeping items. We're going to go
In this
over
presentation, we will be
actually
discussing
what's in the
scheduling for the
crate,
2018
and I'm
and
going to
2019
walk you
school
through
year.
step by step, teachers, what to hand out, and then I will explain each form
When
as we do
scheduling, it's
that.
important to
So
understand
first,
the
we are
minimum
going
graduation
to,
requirements.
Talk about
In
your
order to graduate,
crates.
students
In
must
your
obtain
crates, teachers are
22
going
credits.
to have the IGP
Of those
folders.
22
You
credits,
do not
4
pass
must
the
be in
IGP
English.
folders out. These are
Students
for
must also
you to
have
keep
4
for
credits
your
in math,
February 5th meeting with the
3
parents.
credits in social studies,
So please
3
leave
credits in
your-
science, 1/2 credit in health, 1/2 credit in PE, a vocational and career credit, which we'll talk about on a future slide.
Okay. Okay, we're going to go ahead and start again. The video was playing. Right now, we're going to do some housekeeping items. I'm going to go through the crate with you. Once again, the guidance office is closed, so please do not send students to the guidance office to get any forms. If you do need something like that, you can take note, and we will get those to you today, and you can finish passing those out tomorrow since we're in Monday Wrap again tomorrow. So right now, in your crate, you're going to have IGP folders and all of these handouts that I am going to go through with you step by step and tell you when to pass each thing out. The IGP folders do not get handed out to students. Those stay in your crates. You will use those, teachers, at your February 5th meeting. So the first thing I would like for you to pass out to students is the credit checklist and their transcript. So the credit checklist looks like this, and you also have a transcript for each student. Note that 9th grade students, you do not have a transcript this morning because technically you have not earned any credits yet in high school, so your transcript is blank. So we did not have those print out for you. So 9th graders do not have transcripts, but 10th and 11th graders do. So please hand out the transcripts now along with the credit check sheets. Okay, the next thing I would like for teachers to hand out to students is the purple 4-year graduation plan form. That's where we're going to start this presentation, explaining this and giving the kids some instructions. So right now, students should have transcripts, credit check sheets, and the purple 4-year graduation plan. Please pass those out at this time. Okay, hopefully now everybody has the purple planning sheet, the transcript, and the credit check sheet. What we would like to have every student do before you even begin to think about your classes for this next school year, we want you to, on your own time, not right now, we want you to go through this transcript. We want you to look at what classes you have taken. Make sure there's no errors on your transcript. If there is, then that's a conversation you need to have with your guidance counselor so that we can fix anything that you think might be wrong. But use this transcript to go through the credit check sheet and mark what you have taken. Then you have a clear vision of what you need to take the rest of your time in high school. Once you have done that, you can use this purple planning sheet to then map out what you want to take this year and the following years in high school. Of course, this can change, but we're encouraging you to use and do some planning before you just start picking your classes for next school year. It's very helpful to use this 4-year plan and really think about what is the next couple years going to look for you. So if you would go ahead and put the transcript, the credit check sheet, and the plan off to the side, the next thing your teachers are going to hand out to you is the direction for scheduling sheet. It is a white paper. It has all the steps, and this is what I'm going to go over with you next. So please hand out the directions for scheduling sheet. It's a white piece of paper to all of your students, and they can follow along with me as I go through that. Okay, let's get started in looking at the instruction sheet as I walk you through this. So as I said, number 1 on the instruction sheet is carefully look at your transcript for errors, fill in your credit check sheet, make sure that you have all the required credits for graduation, and again, it'll help you figure out what classes you need for the following school year. The other thing I wanted, once you have done this, what I'd like to let the students know is the course description guide. Teachers have a copy. It looks like this, but teachers are given 1 copy of this. So students, your copy is actually on the Ryle website under Rater Basics, and there's a copy of the course guide. We want you guys to know this so that you actually go in and look at this course description guide and read about the classes that you wish to take. There's really great descriptions in there. It explains a lot about the course so that you can get a good picture of what this course would be like. It also talks about the requirements that you need to in order to take the course and the grade level for each course you want to take. So please don't forget to go to the Rater Basics and get on and look at that Ryle course description guide. Okay, on number 3, it says fill in the schedule request worksheet. That's actually going to be this purple form now, the 4-year plan. So that's where you're going to jot out what you're thinking about taking and using that purple form as your planning guide so that before you log into Infinite Campus, you actually have things mapped out and you know what courses you'd like to take. Okay, the way we do scheduling here at Ryle is we use the Infinite Campus student portal. So the student portal, you need to log in using your Infinite Campus login, and you are actually going to select your classes using this portal. In this direction sheet, on this direction sheet, you will see that the portal opens today. Well, actually it doesn't. The State Department has changed course numbers, and so they have put this off, and we're waiting for this to get finalized before we can open the student portal. So right now we're in a pause mode as far as entering your classes, and as soon as that portal is open, we will let you know. But I'm going to walk you through the portal instructions so that you know how to enter your classes at this time. So teachers, if you could please hand out the blue direction sheet. Infinite Campus, it says student portal to request courses. Please hand that out to students at this time, and I'll explain that to them. Okay, on this blue form, it's going to give you instructions on how to log in to your student portal. Please, at this time this week, especially before we open this portal, it's a good idea for all students to log in into Infinite Campus, make sure your login works. Some of you might have difficulty with that, and we need to know who cannot log in and who can. So that's something that you can do later today or this evening when you're at home. Try and log into your student portal account so that you're ready to go when this portal opens and you can get your classes in. Once you log into the system, it's going to walk you through on the sheet how you request courses. It's going to show you. You can search by name of a course, you can search by course number, and then it gives you a list of courses that are similar to that. So you're going to just click on those courses and add it to your selection. You're going to click on request this course, and then you will see. It's a very easy process. The directions you have are front and back. And then when you're finished with putting your courses in, you're actually going to be able to print that off for your own records. We will provide you with a print off later, but you can print that off for your own records. On this on this Infinite Campus student portal, you are going to have required courses and elective courses. So make sure that when you are on there, you are selecting 6 classes. We have 6 periods here, and you need 6 classes. What we would also like for you to do when you're into the portal is make sure that you are also selecting alternatives. Alternates are very important in case the elective that you choose or the required course you choose is not available. So we want to make sure every student has alternates picked in case that happens, so that you're selecting something that you wish to take. It is your second or third choice. When you do your alternates, you're going to mark that as an A in the student portal, and that indicates an alternate. Okay, so now that you know how to get into the student portal, again, let's just remind you that the portal is not open at this time. As soon as the portal is open, we will announce that to you, and you will also be given a list of all of the courses that Ryle has to offer along with this announcement, and that way it'll make it easier for you to find your classes. Those classes are listed by course number and name. On that elective sheet that you're going to get, or course sheet, it's also going to tell you which classes require an application and which classes require a recommendation. So you will get that once we have been notified by the State Department that the courses are ready to go and you guys are ready to log into the portal. Okay, let's talk about on this instruction sheet. Let's talk about the scheduling conference that you all will have with your teacher on February 5th. This is where you're going to finalize all of these selections that you just chose once you entered them into the portal. This meeting's very important to go over not just your scheduling, but also to go over your test scores and to really think about your plan in high school and what you want to do after high school. So please make sure that you attend those meetings on the 5th with your RAP teacher, and hopefully your parents will be able to attend those and you can go over all of this information with them so everybody's on the same page. We are going to have a lot of different Monday RAP meetings with your RAP teacher, and we want to encourage that you're using this time to have really meaningful conversations with your RAP teacher about your scheduling and making sure that you're following the timeline so that students know when things are due and what they need to be doing next. Okay, let's go over now, students, about the courses that require applications. We have a lot of various courses that we offer, such as dual credit courses, such as ATC courses, such as office aid courses. All of these different courses, peer tutor, they require an application. Those applications are all available in the guidance office. We also have some of those applications are available online, and I'm going to go over that website with you before we close here for the day. The applications are in the guidance office. Students are welcome to come anytime after the presentation and pick those up. And the applications are due January 26th, which is this Friday, and you need to follow the instructions on where to turn those in. So please come by guidance and get an application if you're interested in any of those classes. Also, we want to remind you that if you do decide to take a rigorous course, such as an AP or honors class, you will need a signature from your teacher saying that they recommend you for that class. So please also make sure you have those conversations with your teachers that you're in right now and say, do you think I can take an AP class, or do you think I can take an honors class? Those conversations need to be had this week and next week. Again, this is a planning process that we're going through right now. Okay. One other announcement I want to make to you all. Any student that does not have internet access at home or is having trouble logging into the internet, please come see us in guidance. We have laptops available that we can have students sit there with their counselor and log into the portal to get their classes in. The other thing I want to remind you, all of these documents that we have here that I've handed out are listed on our guidance webpage, or I'm sorry, the RILE webpage under Raider Basics. So you can find the course description guide and all of these forms that we've given you on that page. The other thing I want to go over with you, we do have what's called a change request form, and we do have a waiver to take a non-recommended course. Teachers, these are also in your crates. We only gave each of you about 4 or 5 of them because it doesn't apply to everybody. But students, when we're talking about those honors and AP classes, if you find that you want to take one of those classes but your teacher did not recommend you, the process is for you to fill out this pink waiver, and you let us know why you want to take the class. And then as counselors and principals, we review these and we look and see why you want to take it, and then we make a decision based on that. So we want to encourage you, if you don't find that you're recommended for a class, there's still a waiver process that you can go through. These are available in guidance as well. Also, students, for the recommended courses, the core courses, if a teacher does recommend you for a class and you don't want to take that class, we have the change request form as well for you, and those are in guidance. So at this time, we have a few minutes left. What we would like to encourage you all to do, RAP teachers, is allow your students to go through their transcripts now, start filling out their credit check sheets, and having these conversations with your students about the scheduling process. Again, remain in your wrap until you are dismissed. And right now, we would like for you to get your paperwork together, go through your transcripts, start using this purple planning form by going through your transcript and marking off what classes you have and have not taken. Thank you, everyone, for listening, and always know that we are here in guidance to help you if you have any questions. Thanks so much.